Hello, and welcome to session 10 of the Digital Marketing Management Masters class. This session is titled Facebook, Learning the Essentials of Media Trading on Facebook Business Manager. Let's get started. All right, in this course, we'll provide you an introduction to the Facebook Business Manager and Ads Manager platform. After this session, you should be able to do a few things. All right. First, we want you to be able to have knowledge and great knowledge about the Facebook Ads Manager platform. You should be able to run your own effective digital media marketing campaigns across Facebook, but also Instagram and the Audience Network. Second is you should understand how to structure campaigns, ad sets, and creatives, utilizing different campaign structures, targeting, and bidding features that Facebook has. And lastly, we're going to set up a mock campaign on Facebook. We want you to be able to do that on your own, right? So after this session, you should be able to do the basic of a campaign with ad set, all right? So before coming to class though, we need you to set up your accounts. So first you need a Facebook page, a personal page. Most of you probably already have that. And then you need a business page. So for business page, you can see there, it's business.facebook.com. You can go in there, you're gonna have to set up the account and put in a payment system. You can just put in a credit card, but don't activate. You should be able to access everything that you need to be able to do this class. All right, so before we go into the module concept, I just first wanted to remind everyone about the power of Facebook and where it fits into the overall digital media landscape. As you know, and just to give you an idea how large each media platform is and the total potential reach of the platform, we put together this chart. And as you can see, Facebook, it's the highest reach in Thailand of any other digital media platform. That's why it's so important. And also Facebook gets the largest percentage of spends. You can see there, 28% of the spend versus YouTube, which is half at 14%, right? So they're also the largest beneficiary of ad spends. Thailand ranks number 10. So this is a social media penetration by country globally. Thailand ranks in the top 10. Another reason why Facebook's so important. And what's very important to know about Facebook is that 90% of their users access Facebook via a mobile device. They most commonly use the Facebook app. So when you run Facebook media, you have to make sure that it's optimized for a mobile device. And also because so many people are on Facebook, and over 75% of the Thai population use Facebook, you can reach any demographic you're trying to target. So Facebook should be included in every single media plan that you have. A key thing to note as we go on is how to learn and how to run paid ads inside of Facebook Business Manager when you want to post something. As you can see here, Facebook will only allow you to get 10% reach of your fans. In fact, most cases will be less than 5. So the key to success on Facebook is paid media and boost posting, which we'll show you how to do. The last thing to consider as you plan and execute campaigns on Facebook Ads Manager is the time and occasions around which people use Facebook. It's actually used throughout the day in both the home and outside the home. All right, so now let's get started with the first module concept. In this module, we will present the concept of the Facebook Ads Manager structure for campaign management. Facebook has 3 levels of their campaign structure: campaigns, ad sets, and then creatives or ads. Each is a subset of the other. All right. The campaign is created first. This is the highest level in the structure. This is where we set the objective. The ad set is where we set 5 main things: the targeting, and this is where we can define different demographics, age, location, interest, and much more. If you want to target different audiences under one campaign, then you just need to set up a different ad set for each audience. so you can have multiple ad sets under one campaign. Bidding. Bidding is where you set how you want to buy the media, either automatic bidding or manual bidding. Placement. This is where we define what channels and ad units we want to play on. From Ads Manager platform, we can place ads across all of their channels. That includes Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and more. The next is schedule. This is where we can set the time of day as well as set the start and end of campaigns. And lastly, the budget. This is where we can set up a budget, and you can either pay for lifetime budget or you can set an ad schedule per day. And last but not least, the ad or creative artwork. Again, you can put multiple versions of the ad under the ad set, and the system will rotate the various versions of the ad, optimizing towards the best performing ad. And that's it. Now that you understand the structure, you're ready to log in, start building campaigns. All right, now that we've reviewed the Facebook campaign structure, from campaign to ad set to ad, we now want to show you how to get there, how to get to Ads Manager. So after you set up your Business Manager account, this should be the home page. In the Business Manager account, you'll be able to see in the center all of the different accounts that you have, pages that are connected to your account. But more importantly is over here, you have the menu items. So for this example, we want to show you Ads Manager itself. This is where you want to click on Ads Manager there. This is the main platform where all of the magic happens, where all of the ads are played, they're set up, and I want to show you what a blank account looks like. All right. So here you are, it's empty. And the main things I want to show you here is you have campaigns, you have ad sets, and you have ads. So campaigns, to start a campaign, you just come here and click Create Campaign. We're going to show you that in the next module. That's where you'll see all of your campaigns will be listed here, all of your ad sets will be listed here, and all of the ads will be listed here. That's it. It's as easy as that. This is where you spend most of your time monitoring the performance of things. So that's it. We'll learn more in the next module. Thank you. And this brings us to the end of the first concept. Now it's time for each student to complete this short activity. In this module, we introduce the concept of the Facebook Ads Manager campaign structure. Please complete this short assignment to make sure you understand the concept. Be sure to complete and submit the spreadsheet, or the assignment, back up onto Blackboard, and we'll review it in the weekly tutorial. Thanks again. All right, let's get started with the next module concept. In this module, we will teach you how to set up the campaign objective and learn what objectives to choose depending on the goals of your campaign. Let's get started. In the Essentials class, you remember we presented the concept of the marketing funnel. And as you can see, this is the same way that Facebook Ads Manager platform works. In your media plan, you may have multiple campaign objectives depending on the stage of your product lifecycle. So for a quick review, these are the main stages in the path to purchase. First, you'll remember discovery or awareness. This is for products that just launched in the market. So the key is to reach as many people as you can within your target universe. The next then is consideration. This is the education and engagement phase. More, I would say educating the customer through engaging content. With this objective, we want to ensure that we reach our target audience, but the Facebook algorithm will optimize towards customer actions. Things such as clicks, comments, video views, app installs, or lead generations. This is all part of the consideration phase. And lastly, purchase. In the bottom part of the funnel, we're now ready to ask our customers to make a purchase. With this objective, The Facebook algorithm will optimize towards a specific action, including things such as purchase a product on your website, filling in a form on a website. All right, the system will look for people who will take specific actions. It's very, very smart. So the main thing to understand is that you must set up one campaign for each objective. The Facebook algorithm will only optimize towards one thing at a time. If you have multiple objectives, then you can easily set up more than one campaign. So the rule is one campaign for each objective. Now we're going to jump into the Facebook Ads Manager platform to learn more about all the different campaign objective options that you have. Welcome back. And now we're going to take a dive into the actual platform itself, the Facebook Ads Manager platform. In the last module, we showed you how to get into the Ads Manager from Business Manager, where you can see the campaigns, the ad sets, the ads. It's all right here. And in this module, we learned about how to set different objectives based upon what you're trying to achieve and how you select the objective inside of Facebook and the KPIs that are tied to that objective. That's what we've learned so far. So in this module, we want to show you and take you around how to set those up. So you come from there and you click on Create New Campaign. And then from there, what Facebook will show you at the campaign level, it'll make you choose what objective it is that you're trying to achieve. And this will be the objective that the algorithm will optimize towards for that entire campaign. And remember, if you see over here, Facebook will always guide you. So it'll show you the campaign level, ad set level, ad, right? So they're always reminding you, in case you get lost, where you are at in the whole process. And that's why in the first module, we showed you the concept of campaign, ad set, and ad. So we're in campaign, we're in the objective level, and that's what this module is all about. So we're just going to quickly go through the main objectives. And you can see how Facebook put it into these three buckets. Awareness objective, right? And that kind of matches the top of funnel, branding awareness. Consideration objective, that matches middle funnel, which we learned about in terms of engagement, education. And then conversion, which is bottom funnel. In total, they've got about 11 objectives in total. And this is a time when I'm going to bring in my colleague, Ara. So Ara, how many objectives are there?
Hi guys. So overall we have 11 objectives. So basically every time before launching a campaign you need to figure out what is your main goal. So this is the most important part because basically you are telling Facebook why you want to launch the campaign. And so overall we have 11 objectives, as Ross said. The first part is the branding and awareness campaign objective. So the first one is the brand awareness objective. So what is brand awareness objective?
Let me just roll over this. Yeah. All right, I just want to show you one thing here. So the cool thing that Facebook does is when you roll over, have this little I button there, and it'll remind you. So if you ever get lost, it'll remind you. So what is this saying here? So essentially, it says increase awareness for your brand by reaching people who are more likely to be interested in it. So what is the Facebook algorithm going to optimize towards here?
So algorithm in this case will find people that will view your ad and then later they will remember you. So this is optimizing towards the brand lift.
Brand lift. So Facebook has something called brand lift, right?
Yeah.
And essentially brand lift, it's a survey that they run to a small group of people after the campaign is ended. And they ask them, is this brand more recognizable to you? And if people respond yes, then you have brand lift. So the algorithm is optimizing towards brand lift if you do brand awareness.
Correct.
All right, so then the next one is reach. So reach here, this is show your ad to the maximum number of people. So how does reach work? When you go inside there as an objective, what's the algorithm optimizing towards?
So in this case, Facebook just optimizing towards reach, trying to reach as many users as possible with your budget. But the most important part of the reach objective that you can set up the frequency cap. So you can set up basically like 2 times per week or 3 times per week, the way you want. And usually the best practice is like minimum 3 times per week so that people can remember you.
Got it. So because guys, remember when we talked about impressions in the Essentials class and frequency? That was part of the Essentials class when we did the building blocks for media planning. So impressions And then frequency, if you divide impressions by frequency, that's the total reach. So Facebook allows you. So if you really want to make sure that you hit a certain number of people, a certain number of time, let's say it's 5 times in 1 month or 10 times in 1 month, then this is what you would use. Okay, so these are the 2 objective settings that you can select for awareness. Now we're going to move on to consideration. So what is consideration all about? Overall, what's consideration trying to do?
So basically, the first stage, we're warming the audiences. So they will learn about the brand, and they can decide they want to buy this or not using the brand awareness and reach objective.
Okay.
So second stage, we still need to warm them more. So they're now warm, but not that super warm. So on the second stage, to super warm the audiences, we have more objectives. So the first one and super important objective is the traffic. So what is traffic doing? It's optimizing towards the users that will click on your ads. Basically, that's it.
So there's people who like to click.
Yeah.
So it finds clickers.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Just only users that are going to click.
So it says you send more people to a destination such as a website, app, or messenger. So it's all about driving traffic, even a messenger conversation.
Correct. So you can set up the URL as a messenger URL. You even can set up a URL as a line URL. So your line business account.
Wow.
So you can drive traffic from Facebook ads to your line account.
Any destination.
Yeah, any destination.
So this will optimize towards people clicking. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. So then engagement.
Again, sorry, Russ.
Yeah.
Sorry to
No problem, dude.
Yes, for traffic objective is exactly one of the most important ways to optimize for traffic objective. You can optimize by landing page views. So for this, you need to set up the pixel. We have a separate session on the pixel.
Yeah.
And so what this does, it's optimizing for the users that are going to click to your ads and land on a website.
Got it.
Because on some cases, they just click and they don't wait until the website loads because of the site speed and other factors. So the best one, you need to always use landing page view objective.
Got it. And that's part of traffic. That's a
that's
sub-view
part
traffic.
of the traffic, yes.
Okay, cool. That's a nice little tip there. All right. Okay. Let's move on to engagement. So in engagement, let's just read what it says here. Again, I'm going to start with what they tell us first, and then we'll give you the insights with Ara. So get more post engagements. And remember, we learned what post engagement is. It's when anyone likes, comments, shares, responds. All of that is what Facebook counts as an engagement. So what's the algorithm trying to do here, Ara?
So in this case, Facebook trying to find people that are more likely to engage with your posts. And one tip, if you're running a video ad, and every time user view this 3 seconds, Facebook gonna count as a engagement. So what is engagement? Engagement is the 3 seconds video views, like, share, comment, and any click on your posts.
Cool. All right, next one, app install. That sounds pretty straightforward. Get more people to install your app. Okay, so what's the key to this? So what's Facebook trying to do here?
So in this case, Facebook will try to find people that are going to install the app. So to use this objective, actually, you need to set up a SDK. This is something similar to the Facebook Pixel, but this is a pixel for the applications. So you need to set up an SDK, and Facebook will find people that will click on the ads and install the app on the Play Store or on the App Store on iTunes.
So remember here, guys, the key is you got to install the SDK into the app. If you don't do that, you can't track it from Facebook, and then Facebook's algorithm will get confused. All right, let's move on. So video views. So this says get more people to view your video content. So what's it trying to do there, and how is that different than the engagement video?
So actually, it's quite similar when you're using video ads. If you want to get video views, actually, you can use engagement objective. But this is also great for branding. So the cool thing about video views, every time user viewing the video, later you can create a custom audience based on the video viewers and remarket them. Because these users already warm, they know about you, they saw the video, and you can retarget them with conversions ads. So this is basically optimizing towards video views. There are some people on Facebook that love to view videos, so it's finding those people.
Got it. So finds the people who love to watch videos, and then you can retarget those people later. So this, some would argue maybe this video view should be over here in awareness. But anyway, we're not going to dictate what Facebook does. The almighty Zuckerberg is going to figure out and do what he wants to do. Let's move on. Lead generation. So lead generation, it says drive more sales leads, such as email addresses from people interested in your brand or business. So lead gen is like a form that sits within Facebook. What is it, Ara?
Correct, yes. So basically, this is a new thing from Facebook. They launched around 1.5 years ago. So when the user is clicking on the ad, it's opening the instant form on the Facebook platform. So you don't need to leave the page. So you're still on the app or on a browser scrolling your Facebook feed, and Facebook can take the data directly from your platform. If you want to collect the email addresses or phone numbers or more information, you can just get the data directly from the user's profiles, and they just need to click the submit button. And later you can get the data on a Facebook backend, download and send to your sales team. Or more advanced tip.
Oh God, slow down. We're giving away too much stuff. We'll get to that later. So there's a lot of stuff with lead generation we get into. But it's basically optimizing towards people filling in a form that sits within Facebook. All right, and then messages. So this is Messenger. So remember, one of the great things about Facebook is it also has Facebook Messenger within their Ads Manager platform. So this says, get more people to send messages to your business in Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram. So it has the Messenger tool from all three of those platforms now.
Correct, guys. As you know, Facebook owns Messenger, WhatsApp, and also Instagram platforms. So in this case, when you're using messages objective, Facebook finding people that will click on a message now button and start conversation with you.
Either within Messenger, WhatsApp, or
Instagram. Either Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram Direct. But from all these, Messenger is the best performing platform.
Nice tip. Okay, let's move on now to the third bucket, conversion. So now that people are aware of your brand, you've warmed them up, you then educated them in the consideration bucket, which could be one of these many beautiful objectives. Now we want to ask them to buy. So under conversion, there's three objectives that you can set. The first one, conversion. That makes sense. Let's see what that says. Drive valuable actions on your website, app, or in Messenger. So how does Facebook track what's a conversion?
So before launching a conversions objective, guys, you need to set up a Facebook Pixel or Facebook SDK for mobile applications.
Got it.
Without Pixel or SDK, you can't launch conversions objective.
Got it.
So you need to tell Facebook what is the required action that Facebook needs to optimize towards. So conversion can be lead form submission on your website, can be a purchase, can be add to cart, can be any action. Click on a button, even scroll down on the page. You can track any action using the Facebook Pixel.
That's beautiful. And it'll optimize towards that goal that you set for it. That's an amazing thing. But guys, remember the key. The key is you got to put the pixel in. All right, then we have catalog sales, and I imagine this is related to e-commerce. So to make this work, you have to upload products into Facebook?
Correct. So for this one, you need to upload the catalog and connect your pixel to the catalog. So Facebook can dynamically retarget users. Catalog sales objective is all about dynamic retargeting. And all e-commerce accounts must have this campaign. This is the most important campaign that's going to drive the highest ROAS.
So for e-commerce, you got to use catalog sales. For catalog sales, you have to upload it into Facebook. And then you can track your ROAS. Beautiful. The last thing that we're doing, store traffic. Now, I remember, I've heard this in Thailand that this wasn't available. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's break the myth there. What is store traffic? What's it optimizing towards? How does it track store traffic?
So basically, before launching the store traffic campaign, you need to set up your locations, business locations. If you have like 100 branches in Thailand, so you need to set up 100 branches. And when Facebook optimizing the campaigns, trying to find people that nearby, and they're more likely to enter your shop. So when they are scrolling the Facebook newsfeed, it's showing the ads that people are nearby of your stores, so they can enter the store. So, but this is super hard to track after.
So, yeah, I know in the US they have more advanced versions of this where when you enter your store and they can use GPS, narrow it down to a small square meter. I don't think that's hit the Asian region yet. That would be beautiful. That's the holy grail, particularly if you want to track how your online advertising is working to drive offline sales. All right, guys, so that's it. So that's awareness, consideration, conversion. Those are the 11 objectives that we have. Hopefully you learned a lot. Stay tuned. We're going to go and finish this module out. Okay, so now it's the time for the live demo. So up to this point, we've learned about the ad set. We've seen that at the ad set level, this is where the targeting is done. The bidding is done. The placements are done. All of that. So we wanted to show you an example of exactly how that works. And to do that, we're going to show you an example of one of each objective. So again, you want to start on the Ads Manager homepage. Campaign is the highest level. That's fine. Come here. That's where you want to start. And then you hit create. So the first one that we're going to show you today is awareness. I've got our good friend. You may remember him, Ara. Welcome back, Ara.
Thanks, Russ. Hi, guys.
So Ara is going to be my expert assistant during this demo. And we've decided that we want to show you 3 examples, one in each of the different objective pillars. First one inside of awareness, we're going to do brand awareness. Is that the one you want to do?
We can try, We can try brand awareness or reach.
Okay. Maybe show them reach.
Yeah, let's
That's
try
the
reach.
and frequency. Okay, we'll show you reach, and then inside of here, we're going to show you an engagement one, and then conversion, we're going to show you conversion. All right? So let's get started with reach. So again, remember reach, it's all about trying to get a specific reach and frequency, and you can set that, right? So you click in, and they're going to ask you to name it. I'll just leave this named as reach, and I'll continue. All right. So, Ara, why don't you just take us through
Cool, sure,
the
Russ.
different elements?
So the first thing you need to choose the page. In our case, it's Stanford University. We're going to use Stanford existing account for just demonstration purposes. So I'm scrolling down. The first thing that you need to set up here is the audience. This section, we have custom audiences. We're going to have another recording for custom audiences, and now I will not cover this section. Let's just leave it now. The first thing, you can set up the location. Let's leave it to Thailand. And basically for Stanford, we have postgrad and undergrad courses. Let's assume that we are advertising for undergrad courses. The target age range for us is 17 to 19. So let's set up the age range. 17 to 19. And then we'll leave all genders. And here is the magic where you can set up different interests, demography, behavior, and other targeting options. For us, in this case, for bachelor degree, let's assume that people that interested in bachelor degree are our potential audience. And we can try bachelor's degree. Bachelor's degree. You see here, Facebook giving you recommendations. I just type bachelor and you can see bachelor's degree here. Let's choose this. And on the top right corner, this is where you need to control the audience size. Here we see we have 640K people. What I recommend when you're advertising and creating an ad set, always have not less than 500,000 users. This is very important. So Facebook will have some more opportunities to optimize towards the goals that you set up. So under this section, let me show you what we have. The first one is demographics. So we have education. Education level, you can have users that have college degree, have master's degree, they're studying now at a university, or they have professional degree. You just scroll down and see all these different options. And this is very accurate. Facebook using the data from your account directly. So if you didn't set up your account, your college degree, your education level, so you're not under all these audiences. Let's move on. So the next one is financial. You can target the income level. So this one works only for USA. We can't use income level targeting in Thailand. Facebook doesn't have data on the income in Thailand, users' income in Thailand. And then life events, parents, relationship, and work. So have a look and try one by one. There are so many targeting options. And then another most important one, I think.
So those are all the demographic ones.
Yeah, these are all the
Okay,
demographic ones.
So the next is interest, right?
Interest.
Okay.
So basically, when you're starting a new campaign, you don't have conversion data. You're starting from zero. I highly recommend using interest. For interest, Facebook has more than like 10,000 different interests. So you need to search and find the best possible interest for you. So type anything, and in most cases, you will find something that's related to your business. And then the last one is behavior. From behavior, the one that we use a lot is the expats one. You can filter expats from different countries. Imagine you even can target people that are from USA, expats, but living in Thailand. This is very useful when you want to target like users with high income. So expats usually have higher income than local Thais. So this is a very good hint for you. And then other demographic and behavior options. So this is like the most important part on Facebook advertising. Just click on browse and learn more on these targeting options later.
Great. So guys, so you're seeing this is where the power of Facebook happens. It's right here in this detailed targeting section, and then interests in particular. Okay. And then, you have language as well. So in language, I know they have a lot of different languages. And the cool thing is you can then save the audience. So to save the audience, you can reuse that for other ones. Maybe we'll just do that. Let's save this audience. Let's call it Stanford International. We'll call it test. Okay. Good. Then the next section, there's placement. There's then optimization, spending, and controls. This is where you set your budget. Let's look at placement first. So placement is very key because a lot of people ask, can I buy Instagram within Facebook? Can I buy Messenger? I don't see where you do that. Is this where that happens?
Correct, Russ.
Okay.
So what are the placements? So for your information, Facebook owns Instagram, Facebook owns Messenger platform, and also Audience Network. Facebook cooperating with more than 1,000 websites and also applications for advertising. When you click on manual placements, you will see all different targeting options, placement options. The first part is the most important one, the feeds. So what is the feed? The first one is the most important one, Facebook newsfeed, where you can reach most of the users. Second one, again, extremely important, Instagram feed. And then you can see more Facebook Marketplace, which they added last year. Before you couldn't advertise it on Marketplace, but now you can. Facebook video feed, right column, this is for only desktop devices. And then also they just added Instagram Explorer. This is also a new placement. And of course, Messenger Inbox. This is very useful for e-commerce accounts. Plus stories, Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger stories. So basically, you can even choose only one placement and run campaign using only one placement. But one information for you guys. If you are using, example, lead gen objective, and you're trying to convert users on Facebook or on Instagram, you cannot use apps and sites, this audience network placement. So you're going to have limited placements.
Got it. So there's where the magic happens in terms of placements. Let me just close that out. And then the last section, then this is what our campaign was up for, reach. So this is where, and I'll just try to go and do this myself, but essentially this is where you can have a reach, and then you can also set your frequency, right? So does this happen here? Yeah. So this is where you can set frequency caps. So you just hit edit here, and then this is where you can say, I want to reach everyone a total of, let's say, 3 times over a period of 30 days. Or we said earlier that 5 to 10 times is ideal, so 5 times over 30 days. And that's how you can set your frequency cap. All right? So that's an example of a reach campaign, and we're going to move on to the next one. And this brings us to the end of the next module concept. So in this module concept, we introduced the concept of campaign objectives based on business goals. We learned how to go into Facebook and understand what the different objectives are. So I want you to complete this short assignment, and I want to make sure you understand the concepts we learned. At the end, please make sure that you upload Black into Blackboard, and we can review it in this week's tutorial Q&A session. Thanks so much. All right, let's get started now with the next module concept. In this module, we're going to show you the best practices for setting up the ad set. As a quick refresher, remember that the ad set is where we set the following things: the targeting, bidding, placement, schedule, and budget. I'm now going to take you through how to do these 3 different objectives in the context of branding, engagement, and conversion. But the most important thing to get right at the ad set level is the targeting. In this class, we're going to focus on core audiences. They have many different types of audiences you can target, but core audience is the main targeting option that you're going to want to start with. It's the most important for companies that are just starting out with Facebook. That's what we'll cover in this course. Inside of the ad set, the core audience targeting allows you to set the following filters. First, it's interest. This is determined by the things that users like, follow, or click. It's the most powerful targeting tool on earth, to be honest. The next is location. Facebook lets you target down to 2 kilometers in radius. You can also reach any country in the world from just one platform, one login. You can reach over 200 countries through Facebook. The next is demographics, and this is determined by the information the user gives when they sign up. So it's usually very accurate compared to other platforms. The next is behavior, and this is where we can target based on transactions or intent based on your past behavior. And lastly, connections. This is where you can target your fans or friends of your fans. This will give you a great performance if it's done correctly. Next important thing at the ad set level to choose is your placement. That's where your ads are playing, either on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, or WhatsApp. You can buy all of these things through the Ads Manager platform. The recommendation that I can give you is the following. What you should do is start by running across all platforms and let the Facebook algorithm optimize for you. Once you know the best platform, then you can set up individual ad sets at the campaign level. So one campaign for one specific platform like Instagram, or another campaign for Messenger. Okay, so now we're back. We're going to do the next campaign with the objective under consideration. For this, we're going to do an engagement campaign. So let's click in. So with engagement, if you remember, what the system's trying to do, the algorithm of Facebook is optimizing towards people who are going to comment, share, like, people that have engaged a lot in the past, all right? So everything is the same once you get inside of the ad set level. It's just that the algorithm is going to optimize towards something, but you don't have to worry about that. So we showed you here before all the audiences, we showed you how to save an audience. So you see how it says you can use saved audience, and you can search in here, and I just did one a second ago. Test was on the end of it. There's the one that I saved earlier that we set up for 17 to 19, 630,000 people. So you see how easy it is to just put in a saved audience. Placements are the same. Optimization, control spending. You just see here, optimization for ad delivery is to post engagement. So people, again, like, commenting, sharing on your post. And it's going to try to do that at the lowest cost per engagement, right? And that's essentially it. You're done. So that's how to do an engagement one. And then the last one we're going to show you now inside conversion is conversion. And if you remember, conversion is where you're trying to tell the algorithm to complete a specific task. That task may be purchase a product on your website. It may be fill in a form. It may even be stay on a page for 30 seconds. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. You just have to define it. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. And this is one additional task that we have to do when we do the conversion campaigns. So, Ara, if you could help take us through how to do a conversion campaign.
So basically the only difference between conversions and engagement campaign, for conversions you need to set up a conversion event. In our case for Stanford, we have one conversion event. We name it lead. What is lead? This is when the user comes to the website and then submit the form. So every time they're submitting the form, Facebook capturing as a lead. And here I'll set up a lead, and Facebook will optimize and target people from my audiences that are more likely to convert and submit the form. And every time they submit the form again, it will capture as a lead and optimize towards these users. And then when you scroll down, here you will see the optimization. Actually, let me move it to the top. Here, under the lead, you can see the optimization goal. So we have conversion window and then charge by impressions. So Facebook, every time they show the ads, they're going to charge you for impressions.
So Ara, I'm understanding that to set this up, it says here, Stanford International University pixel. So do we have to insert a pixel for this objective to work?
Yeah, exactly right, Russ. So before launching a conversion campaign, Facebook will put a big notification, big
like a notification.
Yeah, like you have to set up a pixel before launching a campaign. Without a pixel, algorithm will not be able to optimize for conversions. So Pixel collects the data from the users from the website and later optimize towards your goal. In our case, it's just a submit form.
Got it. So when you first come in, this may be red and blank because you haven't inserted the pixel and then tied that pixel. And we're going to cover that in the last module in this session. So there it is. You basically would need to select lead, and the lead could be on the website, could be app, it could be a messenger, WhatsApp. This one's on the website, and then everything else is the same.
And one more thing, if you're using e-commerce, if you're using advertising for e-commerce, instead of lead, it could be like purchase, add to cart, initiate checkout. In most cases, you're going to use only purchase event if you are running an e-commerce business.
So there you have it. Those are 3 examples inside of the Create Campaign module of how to set up an ad set. Hope you enjoyed the session. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ara.
Thanks, Russ.
And this brings us to the end of this first concept. And now it's time for each student to complete the short activity. So this module is all about best practices for setting up the ad set. So what I'd like you to do is answer these questions below. Please remember to download it, upload it back into Blackboard, and we'll review it in the weekly tutorial. Thanks a lot. And this brings us to the last module in this concept, in this session. And this module will present the Facebook pixel and how to use it effectively. What you need to know is that without using the Facebook pixel, the entire effectiveness of Facebook will be limited. The pixel needs to be placed on your website. And if you do this, it can effectively help you with the following. First, track conversions. Second is optimize your ads. And the third is you can use it for retargeting. Let's look further. So first is conversion. As we mentioned many times, a conversion is an action that is taken on your website or your app. If Facebook's going to track this and optimize towards that, then you must have the pixel on your site or the SDK on your app. Otherwise, you can't use this powerful tool. After the pixel's placed, you launch the campaign, then Facebook is able to report on how many conversions take place, as well as the cost per conversion. Very, very cool. You can see yourself making money in real time. The next thing the pixel does is it allows you to optimize towards conversion. So without the pixel placed, as we mentioned, the Facebook algorithm can't learn. But if it is placed, the beauty of the platform is that most of the optimization will take place automatically. And the last thing the pixel does, it helps you to retarget. And let's say a person adds a product to their cart, they don't purchase. You can then show them an ad later when they come back to their newsfeed. They'll be able to complete the purchase. And it's very, very effective. The high-level results of retargeting are phenomenal. Retargeted customers are 70 times more likely to purchase. Retargeting ads get 10 times higher click-through rate. And retargeted customers spend about 5 times more. So retargeting is absolutely a no-brainer. To place the pixel on the site, you just need to install the base code. Here's an example of the base code. You can get this code directly from Facebook Business Manager. Copy, and then your web developer can just place it into the site. It should be placed on every single page. To learn how to activate the pixel, click on this URL here. A lot of great online tools that can also help you understand how to install the pixel. So this brings us to the end of this module. I want you to complete this short activity. And again, we learned about the Facebook pixel, so please just answer the following questions. Test your comprehension of this concept. But there's one more. Remember, we said we also wanted you to run your own campaign. So the last thing you need to do is set up your own campaign. So please do the instructions as it's listed here. Give it your best shot. Don't worry about if you fail. That's how you're going to learn. Take a screenshot of the campaign and the ad set, and then just upload it. You can save it as a draft inside your Facebook Ads Manager. All right, so that brings us to the end. Hope you learned a lot. Thanks so much. I'll see you in this weekend's tutorial and Q&A. Take care.